Welcome to the Dementia Talks. I am your host, Dr. Erica Jones, where I will share information regarding dementia and self care. I also invite guests to be a part to be able to share their journey regarding either dementia or information regarding health and wellness and self care. So, I have a special guest that I invited right before Thanksgiving. Her name is Tasha Turnbull. And she is the owner, executive director, founder of T2 Fitness Foundation. I'm going to bring her on right now. Hi,
Good
Tasha.
morning.
How are
Good.
you?
I am doing great, child. How you doing out here in these streets?
I love it. I love it. I'm doing good. Good. I'm so glad
Yes.
you had a chance to take some time to sit with me today to be able to talk about something that's dear to my heart, which is food. And of course, food has been such a controversy, exercising, health, and wellness. And that's what we talk about here on Dementia Talks. So there's like two things that I wanted to bring Tasha on. I have a little bit of history with Tasha, a short history, but we're starting a good history regarding fitness and food. So
hmm
she's been very vital in my life with changing the way I think about food and about exercise and things. Now, it's not, let me tell you, for me, it's not an overnight turnaround thing. So
hmm
it's a progression. I'm working on it. I'm trying to train myself. But Tasha, I'm so excited that you're here. And I wanted to ask you, let's just jump right into it. So you have T2 Fitness Foundation
hmm
and you have a story to tell. You have a journey. My thing is, when did you decide to really decide to change the way you eat and the way you and starting to exercise, I guess, and healthy lifestyle changes? What made you decide to do that?
I was not comfortable with who I was. I did not feel like I was living to my fullest potential. I felt like just heavy, like in terms of it was just hard to do life. Um, and this was going on like in my 20s. And I was like, well, if I feel like crap now, I was like,
Mhm.
well, how in a ham sandwich am I going to feel in my 30s, 40s, and 50s? And I was just like, I've got to make a change because my weight was
Mhm.
holding me back. My blood pressure was kind of borderline hypertensive. And I was not well mentally. And so I'm just like, there's just a number of different things taking place in which I need to actually take action, like as opposed to just letting stuff happen to me and this is the lifestyle, this is just the life. I was like, no, I'm going to try to take action on changing some things. And so that's where I looked to exercise as an outlet. And it wasn't necessarily to lose 100 pounds, which I did. Um, it was for me to have an outlet for me to feel confident, strong, and then I'm doing something for myself. So, you going to work, being a good family member, being a good employee, volunteering, doing things for other people. But I was like, this is something for me. And I felt so encouraged, felt so powerful after completing a workout, lifting weights. I I found some strength in this world. Like I'm just one itty bitty person, but me lifting these weights, it reminded me that I'm a person, like I am valued, like my self-worth started to increase. And what also happened, I started to increase my physical and mental strength. Um, and so I just kept going. And the next thing you know, I was losing weight and things of that nature. And I was just like, I feel better when I'm healthier. So why don't I just try to keep this a part of the mix? So that's what was the cause for the result of feeling the way I did. I just started changing my lifestyle. And from there, it's like a necessity.
Mm-hmm.
It's a part of my DNA. I don't know any other way to be. And so that was built up over time, given how I felt that my life was, given where my life was going. Um, this is a better life for me, um, and my body is kind of they get the good side effects, the residual effects of that because of the decision I made.
Yeah, gosh, that totally makes sense. I know exactly what you're speaking about because I know when I start exercising, it's like once I start kind of getting into a routine, it's like I need to do it. But of course, when I don't do it for a while, it's like I slip back and
Hmm.
um, just feeling good. And when you said another point too, especially that deals with dementia and mental health was the fact of exercising helps to for your brain. It does help your mind. It does help your mental health. Believe it or not, it does. It really does. I couldn't tell you like all the mechanics behind it, but it does do that. And there's research out there now that says that exercise is a part of that mental health along with your physical health. So that's good. That's
And
great.
it
So go ahead.
Oh
Go
no,
ahead,
I
Tasha.
was going to say it makes sense because the mental is connected to the physical.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all in one body. So that is going to just on the most lightest terms, your mood is going to be better.
Yep.
Like you did something your body is supposed to do, which is move. That's why we have arms and legs.
Mm-hmm.
And so you doing these things, it's going to make your body feel better, and
Yes.
the less stiffness and things of that nature that you have, that's going to affect your mood, which is
Mm-hmm.
going to affect your how you feel about yourself, which is going to affect your relationships.
Right.
So all of these things matter. You feel stronger and just better that you did something for yourself, so you show up in the world a little bit better because
Mm-hmm.
you've done something for yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think too, and I think we want those quick results too. We want, we
Mhm.
want to feel, people want to feel what we're talking about feeling good, but have to think about it. Sometimes it's going to take a little time and consistency,
Right.
so we have to stay the course in order to get those changes. I mean, for me, sometimes it's like, yeah, I do some cardio one day and I'm thinking, yeah, 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 I want to feel different. But sometimes it just doesn't happen for me like that. I have to start
Right.
doing it on a consistent basis. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
And that is a challenging piece for a lot of people because in our society right now, we get everything and consume everything so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And so this whole health journey, not like we're back. Okay. It's not a
Okay.
season style. It's a lifestyle.
I
Can you hear
think I
me?
heard you say it's, yep, I think I heard you say it's a lifestyle
We
change,
got it?
right?
Gotcha.
Yep, got it.
So and I was like, it's not a. I was saying it's not a season style. This is a
Mm-hmm.
lifestyle. So we know that we feel better, move better, um, decision better when we are subscribed to the lifestyle. So regardless of you lost 10 pounds or not, that's not
Right.
necessarily it. We don't. Exercise can be preventative,
Mm-hmm.
and exercise can reduce, symptoms, side effects, and improve
Right.
other good attributes, physical and mental attributes to the body. So those things are needed in life because we have life stressors and challenges all throughout the journey. So we need this, as opposed to just about weight loss or if you want to change your body. Like, and that's kind of how stuff was presented, years ago. Like, oh, she must be trying to lose weight. That's why she's working
Right.
out. Now it's more so, no, we understand the purposes of this, or that I've had people say, like, I've trained like small people. And then the people who would not be so small, like, why is she in here? You know, and I was
Right.
just like,
Right.
you have to understand. And so to me now in 2023, people understand why they need
Hmm.
to move. It has nothing to
Right.
do with size. So
It's not.
this was just add that in.
Yeah, that's what, and yeah, and I know exactly because I've had that, these frowns. What are you doing in here? But it doesn't mean I'm healthy. You know,
Mhm.
I may be small, but I'm not healthy. And so
Very much
that
so.
is definitely the point. And, you know, and being able to start off small, you know, I
Right.
think we always thinking, oh, I got to go join the gym right away. You know, I got to do this right away. For me, it let me be consistent with the small stuff and then I can move up.
Right. What I always
Hmm.
tell people is, walking is free 99. Um, it is it is completely free. You can get
Yes.
in a workout, boom, at any point in time. When I finish this,
Hmm.
I'm taking my dog and I for a walk to transition in between the other tasks I have to do for the day. Um,
Okay.
but walking is free, and the thing is, you want to start small. That way, you can add it into your lifestyle,
Right.
add it into your weekly routine. If it's such a big thing, you're gonna keep trying to find each week to see, not this week, I can't. Let's try next week.
Right.
So make it small. 5 minute walk, 10 minute walk.
Right. Yep.
Then you can build up. You've gotten some you check some boxes off, like, oh, I've been walking for 3 days. Okay, then you add pieces in, add
Hmm.
more in. And
Yeah.
so add it in that way. And we have to give ourselves grace when you are trying to add in
True.
this, which is certainly different from how society functions. Stuff is very fast, but we really need to give ourselves grace because our bodies can't do the same thing it did when it was 19. That's it.
Right.
We just got more going on now. We have way
Hmm.
more going on. So you have got to give yourself that grace um, during this time period and during the holiday season. You know, you want to
Yes.
give yourself grace, but you also want to remember how better you feel when you do things for your body.
Right.
Um,
Right.
so you have to kind of balance that.
Yes.
So yeah.
So speaking of, you said the word seasons, you said holiday. So the big holiday is coming in a couple of
Yes.
days,
Yes.
Thanksgiving. And I know for me, I'm like, ooh, I want to eat all the sweet potatoes. I even used to say, I want to eat so much that I just fall out, go to sleep, right? Everybody say the itis, right? Well, I'm as I'm getting older, all of that does not really make me feel good. Actually, it wasn't making me feel good in my younger years either. It
Mm,
was just, I did it. I felt satisfied, tastes really, really good. And now I've got the headaches. I got the
mhm.
the drunkenness of food and now it's like I don't want to feel like that.
Yeah.
So I know the holidays are coming and that's what we do. And, not saying everybody, but that's what mostly we do with Thanksgiving.
Right.
Um, how can we start to incorporate a better eating, or how about better options when it
Yeah.
comes to Thanksgiving, but still get that same kind of taste and satisfaction almost in a way.
Yeah. I think the discretion piece is important.
Hmm.
I think having using some discretion during this time period, not necessarily you have to remove foods from there. Um, Especially particularly if it's a food that you don't have every all each week or each month.
Okay.
So I
Hmm.
understand if you want to have sweet potato pie, because that's usually not something that people have in March or
Right.
June. So
Hmm.
I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed to people enjoying indulging some. I still just feel like we also need to use some discretion. So just because there is a spread of food, you might not need to have everything on the plate. Like every single thing on the table does not need to go into your stomach.
Right.
It just doesn't. So, or what I suggest is if you do a tasting, like you can taste
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of everything, a taste.
So you like
Um,
saying, Tasha, you saying like a portion control? Because I
right.
know, let's put a little bit. Really, a lot of times we don't need a lot. We just need to get that taste.
Hmm.
But we feel that stomach needs to be so tight, to
Correct.
feel satisfied.
And that's something else we have to address, the fill, the stomach bulging over, can't, like, you got to lay, you physically start going down to the side because it's real in the streets, and so what we have to maybe understand also is we don't that's not a point that we need to push ourselves to,
Right.
because we feel uncomfortable. I remember like 3 months ago I had eaten, and I feel like what had happened is I was with a group of people, and I could usually control myself with people, but they had different things I wanted to try. So
Mm-hmm.
it was four of us, everybody got an appetizer that we wanted to, and so I wanted to try everybody's appetizer because they actually were decent looking.
Mm-hmm.
So I had tried the four, and then my meal, child, it was it. I was uncomfortable for a smooth like 18 hours. I
Right.
was like, no.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was too much. It was too
Yeah.
much. And so what I think is important is kind of understanding who you are,
Mm-hmm.
and coming off of a big holiday like this. When your goal is you don't want to have the food all controlling you. You can either like have a little taste of the
Right.
things, or you spend your food calories, your stomach calories on things that matter, that you really enjoy.
Right.
And
Well, there's going to be leftovers. We got to save them for leftovers, right? They're good
say
the next day. We don't have to
so
eat them all at once.
you don't, but okay, wait a minute. So we have to, if you also doing the spending it on things that you really enjoy, you really
Mm-hmm.
don't need to pick up the potato salad on Shirley's potato salad if you don't like potato salad. Like,
Right.
just because the potato salad is right there, it doesn't need to go on your plate,
True.
on your fork, in your stomach. It just doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now you want to enjoy. Now we do need to remember that Thanksgiving is a day. It's Thanksgiving Day.
Right.
It's not Thanksgiving weekend. Okay.
So you
you,
say
you
no
you you catch it?
leftovers?
You catching what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
So if you want to take leftovers, your plate needs to be a little lighter
Mm-hmm.
than the Thanksgiving plate, because
Right.
Thanksgiving is over.
Yes.
It's over.
Yes. Yeah.
And so I do want people to think about that. That's the discretion piece. We don't need to have this. Doesn't need to trick. Like, you should not be having Thanksgiving stuff on Sunday. Thanksgiving is on Thursday.
Right.
What are we doing?
Should be
What are we
done.
doing, folks? Okay. So that is how we keep up, because what happens is, Dr. Erica Lil Jones, what happens is when you start,
That's my
you
nickname,
know,
y'all.
when you start doing these things, it can cause a domino effect if it goes
Yes.
on too long for some people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's like a mental, like I said, we want to stay in control over the food. So
Exactly.
that's why it's important to kind of nip it in the bud, because we're going to eat. We're
Mm-hmm.
going to eat. And then we have
Mm-hmm.
Christmas. So it's like,
Right.
you okay. Like, just
Right.
calm down. Remember, it's just food,
Mm-hmm.
and work out a strategy from there. And then we also want to get in movement.
Right.
You can get in movement on Thanksgiving. The day after Thanksgiving would be
Yep.
great. It
Yes.
reminds you that we are somebody who moves while you're eating. Like
Mm-hmm.
we eat every day, and we move. And so
Right.
you want to keep your mind, remembering about that during this,
Mm,
challenging or, non-routine time, you know.
exactly. Exactly. Well, Tasha, that's great. Thank you so much. That's
You're welcome.
now the first time I heard about Thanksgiving is one day, and you shouldn't be eating on by Sunday. that's a, that's a good one. Yeah, but I think by Sunday too. I'm about tired of it anyway. So
Most people are, but
yeah,
I just had
yeah,
to throw that out there and make
yeah,
sure we get in a good amount of protein.
yes.
Like our protein is what keeps us satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
So our starches have keep us less satisfied. That's why we can eat more of it. That's why
Right.
sometimes you can just eat like a whole box of fried rice. Like there
Mm-hmm.
really isn't any nutrients in there to hold you. Like there's not a
Right.
lot of fiber. There's no protein. So just remember that. Make sure there's that protein on your plate. Very important.
Okay. 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 Well, sounds good. Well, thank you, Tasha. I appreciate you. So I want you to, Tasha, you have something coming up that you would like to share with us. That'll be great.
Yes, for with my nonprofit, the T2 Fitness Foundation. This is great because we are also starting on the 30th, November 30th, what is called the Stay in Stride 10-day healthy holiday walking challenge.
Oh,
And it is a way twofold to keep us moving through the holidays. Like, so it's right after Thanksgiving. And we're going into December. And I feel like after Thanksgiving, before Christmas, it starts to get tricky Leroyish for people
yeah.
and their schedule and their food and stuff. And what happens is January comes, it can cause a lot of emotional
Mhm,
stress for
mhm,
people, um, and feeling like they're starting over. Also, the holidays are stressful for people.
mhm.
And so we need something, an outlet to keep us going, to remind us, like, hey, we are someone that said we want to make healthier choices for ourselves. So this is a way to keep you accountable for that during this time period. So it is a virtual walking challenge
Awesome.
fundraiser,
Okay.
and people will you will register and you will upload your steps into our portal, um, and people who we have first and second and third place, they
Okay.
will have prizes that they will win.
Oh,
So for every 1,000 points steps you get points. If you donate during this time period, you get points. Given the certain donation amount,
okay.
that also increases your points. And we also have on Wednesday, um, throughout the chat, I think that's about December 5th or 6th.
Okay.
There's also a community conversation, which is virtual, which will be with myself and a therapist. And we're going to talk about how we can manage stress through the holidays,
Okay.
because it can be a stressful time for people for a number of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And so the 100% of the proceeds benefits the T2 Fitness Foundation's featured program, which is the T2 Fresh Start Initiative, which
Okay.
is a 12-week program we created to address health disparities affecting individuals living in under-resourced communities who might have hypertension or diabetes. So we're really trying to reduce how chronic disease affects our community. And so the 12-week cohort consists of fitness training, life coaching, cooking classes, and group therapy. Donations provided will help to provide therapy, emotional food therapy for our participants, food costs for the cooking classes, um, blood pressure monitors, and
Mm-hmm.
blood glucose monitors that participants are given to track these numbers throughout the program. So everybody's donation is so welcomed, needed, and appreciative, so we can continue to have this program going as we have it taking place in 5 cities. So that is our next our next fundraiser, which we really hope a lot of people will join in. Because as I said earlier, walking is free 99. Um, so we will be y'all can check my social media content, and you will find information about that when this comes out.
Well, great, great. So I will be putting that information in links. Tasha send that information to me, put that information in. I am a witness for the 12-week program because I did the one with hypertension. And when I went in there, I fell in love. I was like, this is perfect. This is exactly what I needed. It held me accountable.
Yes.
It made me start changing my mindset about exercising and food, and
Yay.
I was really excited about it. So I do recommend myself that Tasha Turnbull's T2 Fresh Start Initiative. Did I get
Mm-hmm.
that one right? Yeah.
You
Okay.
got
Great. Got
it.
it. Got it. Got it. So yeah. So that's a great program, and not only that, you're like connecting with other people in the community
Hmm.
also, and y'all are having that one common goal, and y'all can talk about
Correct.
these things, and you gain friendships and connections,
Yep.
so I really, really had a really good time, especially the dancing
Yes.
part. So that was great.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yes. So, well, thank you, Tasha. I appreciate it. Tasha, did you want to like give your website or anything like that right now?
Sure. The best ways to reach or just to keep up with me, as I always like to share motivational tips with people, is either Instagram, that's T2 underscore Tasha, or Facebook, Tasha Turnbull. And you can keep up with the T2 Fitness Foundation. We're on Facebook and on Instagram. Just type in T2 Fitness, and you can see us there.
All right. Well, thank you, Tasha. Thank you for coming on. Hope to have you on again later on too as
Yes.
well. So, if I don't see you or get a chance to talk to you, have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Yes, you too, Lil Jones. Have a great Thanksgiving, dear, and make sure you get in that movement.
Yes, yes, I am. All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.